All right, guys. I just want to say a couple things that I had talked about in my live today. Okay, so I think we all know that people that are creators that try to appease to everyone, because you can't please everyone, but they try to appease everyone. Like myself, I'm always trying to be covering myself to make sure that I'm answering to everyone, being good to everyone, trying to be reflective of what people feel in general, and I want to respond well to people. It's like when Madonna started her career, right? She was always working hard to be the most beautiful, the best entertainer, and she was always for the people and all that. And I think I'll always be like that. But Madonna's like that still, but she has some kind of crazy videos where she doesn't seem like that, but she's like that. We know she's for the people. She's very motivational. She's very inspiring. Always beautiful. Always doing something to help people enhance their lives, enhance their confidence, right? Madonna's always doing that, right? But in general, I'm like that too, right? But like, sometimes you have to realize though, like if you're like that, you have to realize you're not going to please everyone. Some people get very upset over comments that maybe you did not mean anything by. I think one time I said Dylan Mulvaney was a he, and I wasn't trying to be rude. I wasn't trying to say anything negative. I wasn't trying to be disruptive. And people know that because I'm very nice to trans. I support trans. I love trans. I'm obviously dressed as a girl a lot of times in my videos. So I support trans, right? But people were very much like, oh my God, like how can you say Dylan Mulvaney is a guy or he or whatever, right? And to me, I date guys and girls. I'm not totally familiar with pronouns exactly, but I've been asked, and I say she, her for Melina, he, him for Marco, but I only identify as he, him for Marco. I'm a cisgender male, right? And even just saying cisgender male, not everyone agrees to say cisgender male. They don't want to say cisgender because they feel like that's a trans thing that people are saying. That people say, oh, why do we have to identify as cisgender? We're just a male or we're just a female, right? To me, I'm supportive of all the pronouns and all those things because I know non-binary, they, them, right? Those people need those terms because they don't like their pronouns being changed. Who wants to think of themselves as something, tell someone that's what they think of themselves as, and then people refer them as something else, right? No one, right? But in general, I'm a cisgender male. So when I say, when I was talking about Dylan Mulvaney, I always thought, he was once a guy. Oh, she was once a guy, right? She was once a guy. And so I was just thinking when I did the video, I'm like he, right? For some reason, I had just been very much focused on saying he for him because maybe I had just seen a video with him as a guy or whatever, right? But we all know she only wants to be referred to as she and her, right? And she's trans, and that's very important, right? So I'm very respectful for all that. But like I had just said in one video, I was like he for Dylan Mulvaney. And someone was just getting over the top upset. And I was like, well, as you can see, I dressed with Melina. I'm gorgeous and I do very, very well. I look very good. So, I mean, I obviously wouldn't judge him or her for being a she. I mean, when I hear the name Dylan, I automatically think male, right? But I mean, we all know that if we identify as something, we should be catered to that identity, and people should allow us to be that identity, right? So I know she's a she, and I know she's transformed. I mean, I watched her videos a lot. I love her videos. Her content's amazing, but I never watch every video. Like I'm a cisgender male, right? And even just me saying cisgender male means I respect it, right? But I'm a cisgender male, so to me, all the pronouns don't. I mean, they're important because people like pronouns and they think they're very important, and they are very important. Everyone should have their pronouns and feel good about them. But for me, I'm a cisgender male. So to me, pronouns are not something I'm familiar with that much because I'm not really into that lifestyle. Even though I dress up as a girl and I look amazing, I'm more into dressing up as a girl for the look that I have rather than the trans feelings that maybe people might have when they see my videos. I'm more doing it for the look of Melina being so gorgeous and the look of Marco being so gorgeous, and I don't usually think of pronouns that much, right? I mean, for me, I'm not like thinking they, them, or he, her, or she, him, or she, her, or he, him, right? I'm thinking mostly like, am I doing a good job being the best looking guy, the best looking girl? Am I performing well? Are my songs good? Are my covers just as good as they were before? Am I getting in better shape every day? That's what I focus on, right? But I know that pronouns and all that are especially very important to trans and non-binary, right? But I mean, to me, I'm cisgender. So to me, I don't really, it's a new thing for me. So it's not something I'm used to, right? But anyway, yes, And so yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. But we all know that, like, even when I said he, him, I was saying he is Dylan Mulvaney. Everyone just jumped on me and was like, "Oh my God, like, why would you say that, right?" But I wasn't intentionally doing anything. I think people know this, but they're like, Dylan is a she, right? You know she's a she, which I know she's a she, and I respect it. And I will do my best to always say she, because I know she's important and she wants to be identified as she. So I'll always make sure I'm respectful to say she, but I'm just not used to pronouns, right? But when anybody asks me what are your pronouns, I'm very comfortable saying she, her for Melina, and he, him for Marco, but I only identify as he, him, right? And some people will get very carried away. Like if you ask them their pronouns, they just flip out. I'm not worried about that. Like I'm very, very nice. You can ask me my pronouns anytime, right? Anyway, totally, bye now.